Now streaming on the Nation Network, PWI Review and Relive, where along with a panel of experts, we take a deep dive into random issues of some of the most recognizable wrestling magazines in history, where contestants go head-to-head and compete in wrestling knowledge to see who will go on to be the reigning champion. Now streaming on Twitch too. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on the Nation Network.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Nation Network. This is Vince McSham. I am your host, and we're getting ready for another exciting edition of PWI R&R Review and Relive. Joining me, as always, we are going to bring in our good friend Jay to the studio. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Another day in paradise. And we're talking about magazines. Jay picked up a new magazine today. Now he just picked it up again.
Yeah.
Tell him a little bit about the story of this thing.
So that is the collector's edition of Undertaker #1 by Chaos Comics. And for anybody who can remember, back in the 90s, to get you to buy their pay-per-views more, WWE would give you special swag if you sent a copy of like your cable bill to them, proving that you bought that pay-per-view. Well, that Undertaker right behind me that I just showed you was what you got if you bought WrestleMania 15, and it was the only way that you could get it was by ordering that pay-per-view. It has its collector seal on it and everything like that. I happened to be out at some flea markets yesterday, found it, picked it up for $5. I've been looking for that sucker for probably about 10, 15 years. So it was a
flea market people.
Hey, when you're a collector like I am, you can find all kinds of stuff, and you can haggle with them better than you can the comic shops. Let's put it that way.
That's a fact, especially if they don't know what they're sitting on, man. All right, congratulations, good job. By the way, before we get into the comics or the PWI issue, maybe everyone else knew this except me. I don't know. But in the 2K22, and I'm sure the other ones too for that matter, did you know that the weapons under the ring are legitimately under the ring?
No, I did not.
Well, there they are.
Oh, all right.
All neatly stacked. I was not aware of this. And then when it happened, I was like, oh my God, check that out. They're actually under the ring. And I looked for a little while. I thought maybe I'd find Hornswoggle. Didn't happen. So anyway, let's kick things off right now. Here's the cover of the issue we are exploring on this. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, I know what just happened. Hold on. Boom. Let's try that again. Of the issue that we are covering this time out. And I'm trying to remember what the date was. I know it's 1997 because it says it right there, 1997 poll. It was June of 97. Oh, there it is right there above the barcode. On the cover, you got Kimberly, who back at that time in particular, she was smoking hot. Was she the sexiest? Can make an argument. Now, Jay, were you able to hear me just there?
I'm sorry?
Were you able to hear me while I was talking with the picture up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking because I've had other streams where I play them back and all of a sudden there's no audio when you bring certain things on screen. So still trying to figure this stuff out a little bit. Okay. Citron, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for being here, buddy. We're going to try and see if there's enough people on this stream in a little bit, see if we can do some competitions. We haven't done that in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
Test your wrestling knowledge out based on this particular issue of PWI. Don't go cheating now and pulling your own old issue up. All right, let's skip through some pages here. What's that?
I was just going to say at that same flea market I went to, they had a bunch of old issues of PWI. So I almost picked them up, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to get them just because I don't want to pull some that you might be pulling up live here. So.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's see. We go to Between the Falls. We got good old JR there. And basically, they're just capping off some different stuff, trying to continue the promotion of different matches and feuds and things like that. One of the things that they did really well back in the day, and the real purpose of the magazine, I was actually watching a documentary on the history of PWI, and all of those magazines were all pretty much tied together, the wrestler and things like that. And they were referred to as the Apter mags, because Bill Apter was pretty much involved in all of them. But PWI, when that started out, quickly became the showcase. And their main goal was to help promote things. You didn't have the internet back then. So this was how they helped to continue promoting and pushing storylines and grudge matches and all that kind of fun stuff. So there's that. We got some ringside stuff going on here. I got a bird I can't get rid of. From the desk segment there, which is a write-in. Let's see if I can find it in the actual magazine now. There it is. So you see there in the photograph, you got Shawn Michaels going at it with the Hitman, and you got Sid in the middle there, and that was back at the time where the world title was being battled around between these three guys. If everybody remembers the big steel cage match between Psycho Sid and the Hitman on, I think it was Monday Night Raw, almost positive. And there, another screw job takes place, and Bret Hart maybe didn't know he was still live on TV, but he started saying some words that would make AEW blush.
Is that when he went down to the announce table and got in Vince's face?
Vince came into the ring, because I don't know, again, how much of that was legit and how much wasn't. I'm just glad I have it on video. Who is a wrestler that is never talked about that really should? Is that just a general question?
I think so.
Never talked about. Well, current day roster, I would like to see and hear a lot more about Ace Austin, because I do think he's a massive talent and is going to be part of me. Well, you know what? I feel better if he goes to WWE today with Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't want to think of what would have happened with other regimes, but yeah, that's the guy for me. I mean, I'm just closely watching his career, hoping he doesn't get injured, and he's really, really good at what he does. Exceptionally good. If we're talking about historically, shit, I don't know. You can probably name a bunch of people. I mean, Don Morocco was always one. I mean, not that they never talk about him, but he's not.
Yeah, he wasn't really high profile a lot of the time.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was in every world title match with every world champion. I mean, he fought Backlund. He fought, I think, Morocco and Pedro went at it for the Intercontinental title. But you had Backlund in Morocco. You had Hogan in Morocco. And I feel like Hogan held it for a pretty long time. He might not have had another champion to get in there head-to-head with, but he's done a lot, and he doesn't get that level of coverage.
Right.
But always one of my top guys.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like he was always one who didn't really have a bad match with anybody.
No,
he was able to capitalize on their strengths and I would have considered him pretty much what they consider, call a ring general. He could take somebody younger and get them through a match, or he could work with the veterans just as well.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly. And the other thing is, when he left for a little while and then came back, I mean, he was ripped. He had shoulders like boulders. I was like, damn. Can't really call him a beach bum anymore.
No, not really.
But we did. All right, I don't have screenshots of this, but we'll try and throw it up here. In Focus, which was a normal institution here in the PWI magazine. And they would pick a different superstar or two to focus in on. So let's see what we got here. We had some Bad Boys of Memphis. They were covering PG-13. Do you guys remember them, PG-13? Wolfie D and...
oh, yes.
What was the other one? Jamie Dundee and Wolfie D. Was that right?
Yeah.
Dundee's kid, and Wolfie D was... Or was Wolfie D the same as Jamie Dundee? I'm going to have to do my homework right now. Hold on a minute. PG-13 professional wrestling. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, they did do a stint in the WWF too. I forgot about that. JC Ice.
Yes. Yeah.
And Wolfie D. JC Ice was James Dundee, Bill Dundee's son, and then Kelly Warren Wolf was Wolfie D. I was not sure if he was maybe related to somebody. This is back in the Mid-South Memphis days with the Lawler team and all that stuff. And of course, he had his son wrestling there under the name of... what was his name? Lawler's son back in Memphis at the time of PG-13. Brian Christopher.
Right. I was going to say Brian, but I could not remember the last name to save my ass.
And at that time, yeah, we might have had some internet going on by then, but not like what we have nowadays. Still I heard some rumors that he was his son. And I'm looking at him going, there's no resemblance, really. I was like, nah, it can't be him. And turns out it was.
And then they turned it into an angle on WWE there for a while, too.
Yeah, and I didn't like that angle too much. I just felt like it was too real. And knowing that was really issues they had in their life and their relationship, I felt like it was being exploited on TV, and that, to me, that doesn't work.
Right.
Is there a wrestler that everybody loves or loved, but you could just not get behind? Oh, God dang. We're going to try and keep this to about a half hour, man. Where do you want to start? Batista. There's one. Hit me, Jay.
If we're going current, like right now, I'd have to say Liv Morgan. Everybody loves her, but I've said it on past podcasts. In no believable world can I see her beating Shayna Baszler, and then now they're going to try to have her beat Ronda in an Extreme Rules match of all things. So I'm just like, ugh.
Well, it has to be an Extreme Rules match. That's the only way she can win, because there's no disqualification. So when three people run down, or when Shayna comes, because it looks like they start a little stir there. So when Shayna comes and beats the crap out of Ronda so that Liv can maintain the title, which is what's probably going to happen. Remember, you heard it here first.
I don't know. I'm going to have to go opposit with that. I think Shayna comes down to help Ronda. I think Shayna will come down and help Ronda, and they'll team up.
She can't, because think about it. You beat Liv. She's got the title. Who the hell's there to compete with her? Who's she going to match with? Nobody. Only Shayna Baszler gives her a legitimate fight, unless Charlotte's coming back.
That could be.
Or Sasha, maybe. You could feed her to Naomi to her, but we know Naomi's not going to beat her.
Right.
At least Sasha gives you a maybe and a pretty good match.
Yeah.
So really, you only have Charlotte that's legitimate, believable, and Baszler. I mean, other than that, you just don't. And Raquel's coming along. She's coming along really well. I
liked the mad side of her on Friday last night. Or yeah, last night. Yeah.
I gotta check out what day it is every day too. So this getting old thing sucks. Eddie Kingston, yeah, I'm kind of a tweener on that. I'm not a big fan, but he cuts a decent promo. His in-ring work is okay. I mean, he's an older guy. He's been banged around a bit.
And he's your typical straight from the independence guy. He hasn't tried to change and become sports entertainment or anything like that. Imagine? So, right.
That would never work for him. That would absolutely not be. Talk about not believable. There you have it. So yeah, Eddie Kingston, I can kind of, but I'm not going to buy a ticket to see an Eddie Kingston. I'm not going to buy a pay-per-view because of Eddie Kingston. All right, what page are we up to here? Did we do this? Let me see. Yeah, that's what we're on. The 97 PWI poll, the wrestling's 50 hottest questions answered. So they asked, I guess, these guys and or girls some questions. By the way, I was lucky enough to finally get my license renewed. I've been having all kinds of problems with it because they would not take a copy of a birth certificate, which is all I had handy at the time because the original got damaged in some hurricanes years ago. And nobody's ever busted my balls about it until now. So I had to write to New York and all kinds of shit just to get a new one. But I was very happy at the fact that I didn't have to wear glasses for the eye test.
Well, you're there in Florida. You're there in Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, they want to make sure you're not one of them immigrants that they have to bus out. So.
Yeah, I think it's more likely that they have chips in there so they can tell exactly where we're at all moments in time. All right, so the first question here was, who is pound for pound the best wrestler in the world? And at that time, let me see if I can figure out what they got here. 17% said Rey Mysterio Jr.
Well,
Shawn Michaels came in at second place. Looked like 16%. Next question was, if you could watch the matches of only one wrestler, whom would you choose? Shawn Michaels takes first place with 22%. Wanted to double check because I'm not wearing my glasses right now. It looks like Sabu took second place.
Really?
Yeah, with 20%.
Nice.
Ray Jr. got third place. Stone Cold pulled in fourth. Benoit with fifth. And then others. So those are
really
the top.
Benoit was fifth?
With 17 or 11%. 11%. I probably should have done this with my glasses on.
I think if I would have done that list, I'd have probably pushed him up a little bit higher on that list. I've always been a fan of his.
Yeah, this is 97, though. Where was he at that time? Was he ECW still?
No, I think he had just went to WCW.
So he might not have had a chance to prove himself yet.
True.
If you could watch the matches of only one tag team, which would it be? You want to take a wild guess in 97? Who got the most with 26%?
Hart Foundation?
Good guess, but no. The Steiner brothers.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Coming in second place, the Road Warriors, followed by the Midnight Express, Harlem Heat, the British Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, and the Eliminators. Damn.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't lie to you. Come on, man. Who would win a match between Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels? Well, we wouldn't have to wait that long to find out. And geez Louise. 65% said Shawn Michaels. Maybe if you're booking it yourself, but not the way Vince books.
Right.
Which North American federation has the highest quality of wrestling? WCW came in first, WWF second, ECW was third. Kind of surprised they didn't squeak out a number 2 spot.
Right.
Which is the premier federation in North America back in 97, June of 97? Who do you think got the number 1 spot as the best North American promotion?
I would say probably WCW.
And you would be right.
Yeah, because they seemed like they were their matches were just a little bit more on point than WWF was at that time.
60% to 37% for the E. Purist, what's up, buddy? I might get you in a little bit. We're in the middle of this thing right now, though. Just giving me some time. Evan Bourne, people used to love him. I was not a fan. Yeah, I mean, I liked him, but I wasn't. Again, I'm not buying a ticket to see an Evan Bourne match. Premier Federation, we did. This is June of 97. I want you to keep that in mind.
All right.
Would you describe wrestling's immediate future as hopeless, cloudy, status quo, promising, or shining? It's like we should ask this question today.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think I'm going to throw it up on the chat later on the community tab.
Would they have it as
number 1?
I'd say, let's see, 97. I'd say status quo.
Promising, number 1.
Oh, okay.
Number 1. Status quo came in at 2. Cloudy 3. Shining was 4. And happily, hopeless was last. Who really rules Monday nights? I'll tell you right now, the winning organization had, it's like 63% of the vote.
I would have to go. I was going to say I'd have to go with WCW again.
And they did.
Yep.
Back in June of 97, who do you think wrestling's best manager was?
Oh, geez.
I'll tell you, it was not Jim Cornette. It was not Jerry Martel, who was right above Cornette. It wasn't Clarence Mason, who was above them. And it wasn't Ted DiBiase, who, what the hell he was doing there in the manager category, I have no idea.
I'm going to go out on a limb with this one and say, I can't think of his name, but he was Rob Van Dam's old manager at the time in ECW. Yes.
Good guess. And in a weird way, you're not that wrong. The man of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Pretty damn close.
Yeah. Same dog, different fleas. In 97, June, who was the best television commentator in wrestling?
Jim Ross.
Jim Ross is correct. Mike Tenay was second, the professor.
Okay.
Jerry Lawler was third. This is a good lineup. This is legit.
See, I was thinking Jerry, but I'm like, had he really gotten his foot in the commentary part at that point? I guess he had started.
Yeah, but he still was no Jim Ross.
No.
Joey Styles came in at fourth.
Okay.
Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain. Wow. Tony edged out Bobby. I don't know if I could go with that or not. That makes me feel a certain kind of way, I think. Let's see. Would you gauge the general public's perception of wrestling as poor, mediocre? I'm going to skip that. That's kind of the same as the question. All right. Who's the most influential man in wrestling? June of 1997. Citron had some right answers going on here.
Yeah. Most influential man in wrestling.
Most influential man in wrestling in June of 1997.
Now, are we talking the business overall, or are we just talking talent?
We're going to say business overall.
All right. Well, with that,
I mean, that means everybody. If you have anything to do with wrestling, you're in.
I would go with Ted Turner.
Not so far from the mark. Eric Bischoff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Followed by Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon, and then Ted Turner.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead here a little bit. What else did we have here? Ah, yes, the centerfold. What good is a magazine if you don't have a centerfold?
Mr. Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson, the Pearl River powerhouse. And trying to open this up so I could take a picture of it, I tore the spine of the book. I was like, shit. Yeah, since I ain't selling it anyway, I'm not too worried about it.
And he was always one I wish they would have pushed a little bit more. I mean, he did have a little bit of a decent run, but I think he could have been the Bobby Lashley back then if they really, really would have pushed him.
If he really, really would have wrestled better, they might have pushed him, but he was hurting people, man. Nobody wanted to get in the ring with him.
Yeah.
He had a pretty, like I said, I give wrestlers.
Oh, so he was the Sammy Guevara of that time.
Yeah.
I got you.
No lie. I think he might have been Sammy's trainer or something. I'm not sure. No, back in the day, there are a lot of stories about that boy that people did not want to get in the ring with him.
Yeah. I forgot about that part of it.
So did a lot of them because they had concussions. Didn't have a chance to take a shot of this, but I liked it a lot. Paul Bearer will bring Vader back to the top. Except Shawn Michaels kept on saying, stupid, stupid, stupid. Wouldn't let them bring him back to the top.
Right.
Should have brought him back to the top. I thought I took pictures of some of this stuff, and now I'm not seeing them. Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper. If I'm going down, I'm going to take Hogan with me.
There you go.
All right, let's see if we've got standings and stuff like that there. Ah, the arena reports. Yes. Best damn part of the whole magazine for me. Where are the standings at? Oh, here we go. All the way in the back of the book. All right. We're going to do the standings here in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go away.
This Tuesday night, September 20th, the nation will be invaded when TNA Knockouts champion ODB joins us live.
That's right, Jesse Creasa is ODB, one dirty biatch.
From the past to the present.
This was a lot of fun to write, guys. I had so much fun going back into my life, remembering stuff that I forgot.
From pro wrestler to author.
I'm so excited for you guys to read my story. Now, I don't have a sad story. I really don't.
Ask your questions and get your answers.
I have a hard-working story.
And grab a copy of her brand new book.
It's just a little girl that followed her dreams. Big or small, I made them happen. So please pick up my book today, guys. Jesse Creasa is the ODB. One dirty bitch.
Join us this Tuesday night, right here on the Nation Network.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. I am so stoked for that one.
Yeah, same here. I'm really looking forward to that.
Hopefully we get a really big turnout for that. I'm waiting on my copy of that book to come too. I've already ordered. I don't know if they're already out in print or what the deal is. We'll ask her and find out all that good information. All right, let's see. Purist, are you still around, man? You wanted to jump in. I just posted the link up there.
Come on with it.
Anybody that wants to jump on board, do it right now, because then we can do a little competition here with the top 10 lists for June of 97. We'll give you a couple seconds to get on and get in. In the meantime, there was something else here. What did I have over here? Oh, there was something else I wanted to do. Oh, we already did the under the ring thing. Well, I guess that was it. Nobody? All right.
Come on.
Maybe he has a step away. I don't know what the time difference is in Italy. I have no clue. I think they're ahead of us. No, because that would be like midnight his time then, probably, or somewhere in there.
Come on. I know there's somebody else out there in the chat who's been getting these answers, right? Come on.
Yeah, Citron, jump in, man.
Yeah, come on.
As long as you have
You don't
audio,
want to-
you don't have.
Right, you don't have to have the camera on.
I know some folks don't like the camera. I don't like the camera. Man, I've just realized my lighting. Like I said, I had to redo my studio today, and I got to work on my lighting. It's terrible right now. I've been monkeying around here trying this and that and the other thing, and none of it's making me happy. And trust me, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I know. Living down there in Florida, you can't be as pale as you look right now.
No, I'm not as pale as I look right now. Let me try that. And the thing I like about this little light, broadcast light, is that it has, you can either go with soft white or you can have like an almost flesh tone light to it, which is what I use the most because it actually makes me look a little more brown than I really am. Gives me that tan I don't want to get cancer for.
Right.
All right.
Oh, shit.
We're going to kick this thing off. So let's go with our top 10. Overall top 10. Coming in at number 10. I can't win for losing right now. But I definitely need more light. Oh, they spell his name different. Looks like Eddie Guerrero, EDDY. Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
Eddie Guerrero, EDDY. Was that how he was spelling it back then?
I think that's a typo because I don't ever remember his name being spelled like that.
That's why I'm squinting so much. I'm like, am I reading it wrong? But that's number 10. Number 9. Representing ECW. Three,
Let's see.
2,
97. Raven.
That's what I was looking for. Correct. Raven. Very good. Number 8, representing the WWF.
Triple H. Or Hunter, I guess, at that point.
Damn, good job. Now we know why none of these guys wanted to jump on. Number 7, and now I gotta think, where was he at this time? It should have been the WWF.
Hmm.
3 seconds. Sid Vicious.
Now, yeah.
Number 6, representing the WCW.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the time limit right there. Is when the music ends. It's a clip.
Oh, okay, I got you.
All right, so I'll let you have another shot at it. Ready? Go ahead. Think about it.
Disco Inferno.
Not a bad guess, but it's incorrect. Number 6, Dean Malenko.
Oh yeah, because of him and they all went there at about the same time.
Number 5, representing the WWF.
British Bulldog.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
Number 4, representing the WCW.
Lionheart Chris Jericho.
The Giant.
Really?
Number 4. Number 3, representing the World Wrestling Federation. I have another clip.
Bret Hart.
That's the other clip. You're correct. Bret the Hitman Hart is number 3, which leads us to number 2 from the WCW.
Ric Flair.
Total package, Lex Luger.
Yeah, I guess he would have been there at that time.
And the number 1 from the WWF.
I would have to say probably Shawn Michaels.
You'd be right. It was indeed Shawn Michaels. Juan Cordero, what's up? Juan, man, if you want to jump on board, the link is right up here. I think I can even post it again for you. Hold on.
Come on. I need somebody in here.
Yeah, let's make this a competition. Oh, Purist is showing up.
All right.
Hello.
We can still get more in. How you doing, man?
That's right.
Doing fine. You wouldn't believe the day I had today. I mean, today I had to go, and tomorrow I need to go back again in Naples at an Actors Academy, you know. It's quite a busy week. Trust me.
Well, glad you had time to stop by here and check this out and see what kind of damage we can do here. So now it's going to be you guys going head to head. We're going to have you guys going head to head now. So here's what we're going to do for the interest of time. I got 2 different music clips. Whenever the music clip ends, you have to have an answer. Okay?
All right.
Now, if you know what, how do we want to do this part? Keep everything fair. Yeah, it won't matter. I mean, we won't go with who gets the first or the right answer, the first or second. Like if you both have the same answer, it'll be
right.
Like, that's fine. It'll be like a split. All right, so we're gonna move on to the tag team division. Again, this is June of 1997. We're in the tag team division, and I need to know who had the number 10 spot. Time's up. What do you say, Purist?
The Steiner Brothers?
Jay?
I said Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat and the Steiner Brothers are both great answers, and they are both incorrect.
Of course.
The Barbarian and Meng.
The Barbarian was still fighting at that time?
Yeah.
It's in the book.
Wow.
All right. Number 9. Think about it. Purist.
Don't know.
Jay.
I'll say the Eliminators.
Again, not as far off as you would think. PG-13. They were in the Memphis area. We were actually just talking about them earlier in the stream. That's why it's kind of fun. But yeah, there you go. All right, we're up to number 8. Representing WCW. I'll give you a hint.
That I'll say the Steiner brothers.
Purist?
This time it's gotta be the Steiner brothers.
This time it's not the Steiner brothers. Harlem Heat.
I was going to say Harlem Heat.
But you didn't. See how this works? When you give the right answer, then you get the points. We're up to number 7. Who the hell is this? Oh, my goodness. Number 7 from the WWF. Jay.
New Age Outlaws?
All right. Pure Sales of New Age Outlaws. Jay.
Let's see. 97 would be the Bulldogs.
The Godwin Brothers.
Oh, I forgot they were around still at that time.
Yeah, right? Much less that they made it that high up the tag team rankings.
Yeah.
Oh, no one's going to get this. Number 6 from the WCW. They are not a traditional tag team.
Public Enemy? If I'm correct.
That's a traditional team. I mean, when I say not traditional, I mean you don't
just
think
two
of
people thrown together.
Yeah,
I'd say Kevin Sullivan and the Giant.
Damn, you are so freaking close. Lex Luger and the Giant.
Ah,
I wouldn't have even thought about it.
Who?
Luger and the Giant. They had some sort of a run. Damn.
so close.
All right, we're on number 5, representing the ECW. Who do you like? Time, Jay.
The Eliminate. Yes.
What
That's-
did you
yeah.
say, Purist?
He said the Eliminators, and I'd have to agree with that.
Well, if you agree with him, then... Oh, there you go. Correct answer.
Because I'm like, what tag teams other than the Dudley Boys and the Eliminators, and that's all
Yeah.
I could think of for ECW. So.
Well, that leaves you guys at a 1-1 tie. Ooh, that's a good one. My only dilemma is... they were in the World Wrestling Federation.
The Headbangers.
He's got headbangers. What do you got, Jay?
I'll go with Heart Foundation.
Heart Foundation and headbangers are incorrect. Furnace and LaFon. Doug
Who?
Furnace and Phil LaFon. You don't remember them?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, dude, go watch the matches. Yeah, man, they did an ECW run and then went up to the WWF. And these two guys, I mean, I think some injuries and stuff took place, but they never got all the way to the top that they probably should have. But these two guys were awesome, and the ECW matches were, yeah, you got to definitely check them out.
Okay.
Doug Furnace and Phil LaFon. I wouldn't have thought of them, but I'm just saying they definitely deserve to be on the list and that high up. Okay, WWF again has the number 3 spot. Who's in it? Time. Purist.
D-Generation X.
Jay.
Bulldogs.
You're amazing how you can be so close. Owen Hart and Davy Boy.
All right.
But I'm impressed. You have the Giant, for the love of God.
Well, this is my time frame. It's like, this is when I really watched all the programs and stuff. And so.
And you didn't know Phil LaFon?
They don't. I guess not. I mean, I'm sure once I watch them, I'll remember them. But the names just.
Well, like I said, you're going to want to see them. All right. Number 2. Yeah, WCW. Who do you like? Jay?
Why, it's easy. The Outsiders.
Purist is going with the Outsiders. What do you got, Jay?
I'll go with Steiner Brothers.
Ooh, Steiner Brothers is incorrect, and the Outsiders is correct. Purist taking the 2-1 lead. That leads us to the number 1 tag team in pro wrestling. It was either a WCW or a WWF team. I'm not going to tell you which, but you can rule out the ECW. Number 1 team. June 1997. Purist, what are you thinking?
This time it's D-Generation X.
Jay, what are you thinking? Talk to me, Goose.
I can't. My brain's not.
You just got smacked.
Yeah.
Correct answer would be the Steiner Brothers. I thought for sure you were going to go back to the well again.
I should have.
What a coulda, shoulda. 2-1 lead. We are going to skip to the most popular. June of 97. Who was the 10th most popular wrestler representing the ECW?
Rob Van Dam.
Sandman.
We got a Sandman. What do you have, Jay? Jay?
Rob Van Dam.
Sandman and Rob Van Dam. One of those is correct. Sandman. Sandman coming in at number 10. That's a 2-1 lead. Or 3-1 now, right? 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Keith O'Toole says Shane Douglas. That was a good guess, too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have won you the new car, but it was a good guess. Ooh, good one. Number 9, representing the WCW. Jay.
Giant.
Purist.
Arn Anderson.
Diamond Dallas Page. DDP, number 9 and the most popular.
Bang.
Number 8, representing... does it tell me here? I'm going to say WWF. I'm not entirely sure on the time frame.
Mankind.
Mankind's one. What do you got, Jay?
Well, if he's not sure of the time frame. Cactus Jack. I'll go the other. There you go. From
Eddie Guerrero.
that would that would have been WCW.
See, that's
Yeah, that
why
would be WCW, man.
that's why I didn't want to commit to which one.
Yeah.
Number 7, representing the WWF.
The Rock.
Juan Cordero. Is that your guess? 7 is The Rock. What do you got, Jay?
I would say probably The Rock, because that's about the time he was starting to go into his own.
Well, the only person around here who's got the right answer is me, because I got it right here. Bret the Hitman Hart.
Really? I thought he'd been up higher.
I didn't write the book. I just read it.
I didn't say you did. I'm just giving my opinion.
We got some other people here guessing Rocky Maivia. Somebody else thought Mankind. But it was the Hitman. All right, let's see. Number 6, representing the WCW. Purist.
Roddy Piper.
Jay.
I'll go with the Giant. Seemed about
Lex
half.
Luger, the total package. Number 5, representing the WWF. Purist holding on to the 3-1 lead. Can he build on it, or can Jay cut into the deficit? Jay, what do you got?
I'll go with Stone Cold.
Purist, what do you got?
Shawn Michaels.
You are both incorrect. Rest in peace.
Oh, yes.
Only at number 5.
He's number 5. Hey, you can't be number 1 all the time.
Yes, he can. As you can see by my boards back here, yes, he can.
You can't.
You call it impressive? Let me show you.
We done lost it.
It's impressive. No.
Nice. I can get behind some Batman.
And I will. Where'd he go?
I'm back.
Oh, he's going to raise us.
I will see that, and I will raise you.
Holy smokes.
Excellent.
I love this freaking car.
You know you can put the thing in it. I mean, Stan Lee said it once in The Simpsons.
I actually forgot to show you. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
The bitch lights up.
Oh, all right.
Now
Nice.
that's something that you can do with that thing. It's just a model.
And the headlights.
I like that.
It was a masterpiece.
That actually reminds me that on Twitter today, WWE put out a tweet saying, what WWE superstar would you pick to play Batman since it is Batman Day?
What?
So, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Speaking of Batman Day, do you guys know who was today's teacher on that meeting about the Actors Academy? The first and only Italian voice of the Superman TAS series of Bruce Timm, the voice of the Italian Lex Luthor.
Okay.
No kidding.
There you have some more information. We're giving it all out today. I bought that Batmobile back in January. We had, where I work, the largest car auction in the world. It's Meekum. And they bring in cars that sell for $2 and $3 million.
Right.
Dang.
They had a guy, there were 2 Batmobiles there. Both were good, but the one was special. I mean, this guy, there wasn't a missing trick to it. Roll up console, buttons are all labeled accurately, got the phone, the whole 9. I mean, this thing was just spectacular. I think it went for about $300,000 at the end of the day. But I got so many pictures of that freaking car. It was there for a whole week before the auction, and every day I just go there and I'd like touch it and just I love you. If I had the money, you'd be in the garage, but then I'd never want to drive except you're afraid.
I like the guy accent on the bottom. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you again.
Paisan. He's a paisan.
True, OG. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back on the PWI thing.
Yeah. Number 4.
We did number 4, or we're up to number 4?
We're up to number 4.
Okay, so he's representing the WWF. Who would that be at number 4?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Good guess.
Stone Cold.
And there goes my light. Thank you very much for that. Ahmed Johnson.
The first Ezekiel
Pearl
Jackson.
River Plunge Man himself.
Should have guessed he was the centerfold.
Keith O'Toole had a good one, though. So. Oh, wait, that wasn't the one I was looking for. Where'd it go? Here we go. When I was little, I used to confuse Lex Luthor with Lex Luger.
There's even an Adult Swim Robert Chicken sketch about it, in which Lex Luger is the villain, not Lex Luthor.
Yeah, and even when that was part of the reason where he got his name from was Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And when I came to Florida and I heard that, I was like, is he saying Luthor or Luger? And of course, Luger was based on the gun, so.
Right.
Anyway, guys, you know Lex Luger also played Superboy?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Now I do know.
And knowing is half the battle. Wait, that's a whole nother genre.
It is. Number 3, representing the WCW.
Chris Jericho.
Not a bad guess.
I'm sorry, I mean Chris Jericho, but that's what's he's known today.
Oh,
Jay, what do you got, man? Time's up.
Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno is not correct. Most popular? I guess he had a run as a face. The Giant was number 3. Number 2, representing the WWF.
You needed a damn move on, Jay.
Shawn Michaels.
We got a Shawn Michaels. Purist, who you got?
Michaels, of course.
Both guys going for Shawn Michaels? Is that your final answer?
No, you know what? Stone Cold.
Oh, he changed it. No.
No.
That makes it a 3-2 competition. Don't you know the host always does that just to fuck with you?
Got him.
Son of a gun.
And that brings us to number 1.
Will it be a hit or it will be a poof? Let's see.
I am trying to figure out where he was at this point in his career in 97. Don't kill me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say WCW. Obviously, he's also been in the WWF.
I'd say Hogan then.
You'd say Hogan then as number 1. Purist, you got Hogan?
Yeah.
The score remains 3-2. Roddy Piper. Who thunk it, right?
Hogan wasn't even on the list, huh?
No, well, that's the most popular list. He wasn't on it, no. Yeah,
Wow.
Remember, the NWO wasn't liked in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So this is probably like real early on still in the NWO.
Yeah.
Let's move over to the most hated list, and at the end of this list, whoever's got the most points wins the new car. Don't get too excited. You still have to pay it off and everything. Number 10 in the most hated category, representing the WWF. By the way, Keith O'Toole, I didn't see how quickly that answer got in there or not, but man, unless he's following along.
What got?
Yeah.
What'd you say,
wrong.
Purist? Purist, what was your answer?
He done froze up.
He done froze up is right. Oh, don't win
That's
by a
easy.
forfeit. Are you there?
Rocky Mavia.
For number 10 most hated, you got Hulk Hogan.
Vince?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You're
Your
looking
picture.
out.
What's that? There you are. Yeah, your picture's been freezing
Rocky
up.
Mavia, but you're lagging out.
We're fine on our side. You're lagging out.
I'm here, but you
Okay.
guys are lagging out.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's on your side because ours isn't lagging out over here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Wait. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Sam?
Yeah, you turn the mic on?
Yeah.
That helps a lot. All right, number 10,
Right,
most hated. Purist, what's your answer, man? We're dragging.
Rocky Mavia.
My V. Okay, Jay, who'd you got?
I was going to go with The Rock also.
And you're both incorrect. Farouk.
Yeah, he
Farouk.
would still have been the head of the nation at that point.
Either that or the head with the little condom thing going on. That was
You mean the
such a
helmet?
bad idea. All right, number 9, representing the WCW. Keith O'Toole was guessing Stone Cold for most hated number 10.
Kevin Sullivan for WCW.
Ooh. Purist?
I must say, the Giant.
Correct answer is Raven.
Oh, he was still in WCW then. He hadn't
Yep.
went to ECW yet.
What in the hell? Hold on a second. Oh, Jesus. The way the font was, it looked like it's something else. All right, number 8 from the WCW most hated in June of 97.
I'm going with Alex Wright.
Who do you got?
Oh, I
Purist?
say, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, and what was the other one?
Alex Wright.
Alex Wright, Das Wunderkind. 6.
Pac.
The 1, 2, 3 Kid. 6.
Pac.
Number 7, representing
Pack of what? Huh?
the WWF.
Shut up.
For those of you in the chat that are guessing, make sure you put the number in front of the name so we know which one you're guessing on. We're on number 7 at the moment. Jay, who do you got?
Undertaker.
Purist?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
One of you is right. Is it a tie game? Triple H. 4-2 lead. Gonna have to come up with some points here. All right, let's see. Number 6, representing the WCW. Purist. 3, 2.
I must say, Diamond Dallas Page.
Jay?
I would go with the Giant.
Correct answer would be Kevin Sullivan.
All those times I said Kevin Sullivan.
I know. That's why I was trying to keep my poker face on. Number 5, representing the World Wrestling Federation. We're in June of 97. Who do you think it's going to be?
Bret Hart.
Got Bret Hart. Got some people guessing number 7 was Kane and 7 was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I'll go with Mankind.
Savio Vega.
Oh yeah.
Savio Vega.
Los
Number
Boricuas.
4. Number 4 representing the WCW. Purist holding on to a 4-2 lead. Jay's got to get serious.
Eddie
Hogan.
Guerrero.
Guessing Hogan for
Yep.
number 4. What about you, Purist?
Eddie Guerrero.
Correct answer, Kevin Nash.
Huh.
We're into the top 3 representing the WCW for most hated. In the top 3, who's it going to be?
The Giant.
Scott Hall.
One of you is correct. It's either going to be a 4-3 comeback or it's going to be a 5-2. Scott Hall. Oh, it's going to come down to the wire on this one, I can tell you right now. Who's the number 2 most hated in professional wrestling in June of 97? And I'm not going to tell you what promotion. Take a look at some of these other guesses that we've had here.
Hulk Hogan.
He's going to guess Hulk Hogan is number 2. Jay, who do you think?
I will go with Shawn Michaels.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
Exactly. What?
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 You dumb son of a bitch. I said what? All right.
I said what?
Gonna make me come over there and stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk and try.
How?
All right.
You're in Florida. I'm in Italy.
Number 1.
That's a long walk.
It is a long walk.
Buy a
Number
bloody
1.
ticket.
Most hated in June of 97. Not gonna tell you what promotion.
I'm sticking with
gotta-
Shawn.
Hogan.
Well, I was about to say I'm going to make this a 3-pointer. One of you is correct. It's worth 3 points. The score is what, 4-3 right now? It's either going to be 7-3.
4-2.
No, you got one. A minute ago,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got one.
Yeah, I got Scott.
Work
Yeah.
with me here, man. It's either going to be 6-4 or 7-3. The question is, who was the most hated in June of 1997? Well, let me tell you something, brother. The NWO, man, that's just how we roll, brother.
You fans can stick it, brother.
Good game. Final score 7-3. Congratulations to all the contestants, all of you guys out here. We had some good guesses. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we did.
We had Sting. And there's a 17-second delay in the chat room, so that's why I don't mind pacing it down a little bit and let them get in.
What do you expect?
So that was what we had. Competitiveness. I like it.
You guys in the chat who's getting these right answers, you need to come on next time.
Yeah, man.
Do it face to face. Come on.
Bring it. Even if you don't want to do the camera, as long as we can hear you, that'll work. And then it's live time, so there's no delay. You
Want a
have fair
rematch, pal?
shot at it.
It's that's what you're asking for. You want a rematch next time?
Oh, that's the whole idea. We're going to be doing this for several weeks, and then if we get a few different winners over the time, then we can have like a tournament of knowledge of wrestling facts. That was good stuff, though. I enjoyed that very much. Once again,
I was surprised by some of those.
Yeah, I'm always surprised by some of those. That was June of 97. That is what we were looking at here today. For those of you just joining us now and maybe missed earlier on, to let you guys know about the big news, and that is this Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time zone you're in, adjust for that. Make sure you join us right here.
This Tuesday night, September 20th, the nation will be invaded when TNA Knockouts champion ODB joins us live.
That's right, Jesse Creasa is ODB, one dirty biatch.
From the past to the present.
This was a lot of fun to write, guys. I had so much fun going back into my life, remembering stuff that I forgot.
From pro wrestler to author.
I'm so excited for you guys to read my story. Now, I don't have a sad story. I really don't.
Ask your questions and get your answers.
I have a hard-working story.
And grab a copy of her brand new book.
It's just a little girl that followed her dreams, big or small. I made them happen. So please pick up my book today, guys. Jesse Creasa is the ODB, one dirty bitch.
Join us this Tuesday night, right here on the Nation Network.
Going to be a mega show. Hopefully you guys can join us if you have questions.
I do remember. I have fond memories of the ODB since.
She was great. She was actually staying at a place that I was running for a while, so we got to talk a little bit back then. And then when I started doing this stuff, I said to her, "Hey, if you want to come on, I know she's got the book she's promoting, so we'll sit down, we'll have a little chat." And like I said, if you guys come up with some questions you want, get them ready. You can either send them to me on Twitter. I'm out of Twitter jail right now. Apparently, you're not allowed to tell Rob Reiner that he'd make the world a better place if he were to just drop dead. But it's true. I don't understand why we can't speak truth. If you don't know who Rob Reiner is, that means you're just not old enough. But he played. I'm realizing now he never played a character. He was Meathead on All in the Family. He truly is that person.
Yeah.
And I kept quoting him. I said, "Man, it's like, dude, you were stereotyped. Who knew?" But I guess he reported me when I suggested that he dropped dead. I didn't say I was going to kill him. I didn't say anyone should kill him. I was asking him to voluntarily lay down and die. Make the world a better place. But he didn't want to do that. So anyway, Twitter banished me for 12 hours. Oh, well. Life goes on, unless you're Rob Reiner.
Yeah. If you're Trump, well...
Easy there. I'll pick on the rational.
Oh, it's nothing rational about the orange.
Oh, yes, there is. There's a lot rational about that. I really need to set up a whole other channel just for that kind of bullshit.
No, it's not rational. I mean, this thing with Logan Paul and Roman Reigns, Crown Jewel, I mean, it's more like a cash grab than a real match. I mean,
I don't know that it's a cash grab. They've never given Saudi Arabia anything to write home about, which is fine with me.
But like Logan Paul said in the press conference, it's all about the eyes. Yes, he has 30 million followers, and yes, they're going to come watch the match because it's him. I mean, he's upfront about it. I'll give him that. So, I mean, it's about the PR. But I swear to God, if that match goes longer than 10 minutes, or he actually wins the title,
no,
I'm driving to Stamford, Connecticut. It's over.
No, he's not winning the title. And the match could definitely go more than 10 minutes. Here's the thing I'll say about Logan Paul. He should.
I've liked what he's done in the ring.
Yeah, his in-ring work has been impressive as hell. And I think he and Roman can have a 15, 25-minute match and have it good. But
guys,
I'll say this. That promo he tried to cut on Paul Heyman and whatever, was god-awful. It was just so awkward.
Yeah, he was a lot better at the press conference today. It seemed like what he did at the press conference should have been his promo last night, honestly.
Guys, if the WWE, seriously, if the WWE would really give to him the titles, you know how would I do it? By making him do exactly to Roman Reigns what he did at Clash of the Castle. By making him lose the title because of his brother, Jake Paul. Making Logan Paul a chicken shit champion. Because he can be smart.
I don't see them putting belts on Logan Paul,
Of course, but
especially at this point.
Yeah.
the most logical thing to do.
Because
I mean,
this
I
is
just wa-
technically only his third match for the company. So
I was just gonna say it's funny enough as to me that a guy who's had no matches can just walk in and say, "I think I've earned a title match." You haven't
Right.
earned shit. You beat the Miz. Congratulations.
I mean,
let Karrion Kross come out and cost him the match.
That would work.
Yeah.
Anyone remember
By
when
choking out
ECW
Roman
first
Reigns.
invaded WWE? Yes, of course I remember the invasion. Remember the debate
Yeah.
with him and oh, that was beautiful.
I
That
saw
was the way
something
it's
on the
supposed to be
internet.
done.
Yeah.
so somebody in the internet.
Who's the greatest of all time? Ooh.
Bruno Sammartino.
Damn, greatest of all time. Jay, who
No.
you got?
I'll go with Pedro Morales. That man was amazing
Wow.
in the ring.
Okay, purist.
Bruno Sammartino.
Greatest of all time. Huh. I find it hard not to say Hogan. I mean, think of what he did. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest wrestler, but for the world of wrestling,
Yeah.
I guess it depends. I mean, are you asking the question of who's the greatest wrestler in the ring work-wise? Because then I'd go to Flair.
Yeah.
But if you're like, who most impacted, had the greatest impact on professional wrestling, then I don't see how you don't use Hogan.
And one thing about Hogan, I suggest you watch one of his matches in Japan. Trust me.
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
big difference when Hogan is in America and he is
Yeah,
in
no,
Japan.
I've seen him wrestle. A matter of fact, when he challenged Flair for the WCW World title at Bash at the Beach, I was like 2 rows back. And I remember when they locked up, and then Hogan came with a go behind into a drop toe hold, and me and my buddy looked at each other and shouted loudly, like, "Holy shit, he did a wrestling move!" And he looked right at us with a smile, like he
I
heard
have
us.
the video. I have a disc about Hogan and this match with Flair in '94.
See, I saw Hogan for the first time when he wrestled down in Texas. So
That's a trip
Wow.
back in time
Yeah.
machine.
yeah.
Citron wants to go with Cena and HBK. Had we not, yeah. So in ring work wise, man, that is a good call right there. I might change my Flair to an HBK. It would definitely be those two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Cena has done a lot for the business too. So
And what I love about Cena is what he's done with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I mean,
Absolutely.
nobody has touched his numbers.
right.
And he did that while he was the champ, while he was making the movies. I mean, this guy just gave of himself endlessly for these kids. And that just, there's enough negativity in wrestling and press conferences and all this bullshit to know that there's at least one legitimate class act out there.
And that's what I've always told people. It's like I may not like his gimmick in the ring with the goody I'm Superman or whatever you want to call it.
Super Cena.
But
Cena.
outside the ring, I give that man props for everything he's done.
Yep. And it was because of that stuff is one of the main
I
reasons
can
why I
say the
started to
same thing for
become a
HBK,
Cena fan
I mean-
over time. Hogan is
I
feud
can
with
say the
Piper
same
during the
thing for
Rock and
HBK.
Wrestling Rock and Wrestling era was in '85 was incredible.
Yeah.
It launched WrestleMania. That's what I'm saying. That was why I went to Hogan, if we were basing it on what he did for wrestling, because without him, without Rocky 3, there is no WrestleMania, and
No.
God knows what the landscape would look like today without all of that.
Right.
Do you guys know that WrestleMania was supposed to actually be named Hulkamania?
No,
I'm not
that's
kidding.
not true.
No, I remember. Something like that.
No, that's not true. That matter of fact, you
No,
know who
no,
came
no,
up with the name of WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Who came up with the
Serious.
name WrestleMania?
Pat Patterson.
Good guess, and you're wrong, but you're real
I
close.
He came up with the idea for Royal Rumble, though.
That is correct. That was his creation. WrestleMania was Howard Finkel.
Really?
Yep. They were trying to come up with a name for the event, and he's like, well, when the Beatles came here, it was Beatlemania. Why don't we call it WrestleMania? I like it.
That's some good logic.
No, it would be
Good job, pal.
Make me money.
Cordero's going with the Macho Man. Yeah. I can get behind that.
Yeah, I like Macho Man.
Yeah. With this little cookie, with this little helpers. Yeah.
Also Rock because of WrestleMania 3 against Andre. I don't see how The Rock ties into WrestleMania 3, but yeah, that match with Hogan was freaking amazing.
I think he means Hogan. But yeah, WrestleMania 18. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan was better. Because, let me tell you, for one, I doubt Hogan versus Stone Cold would have been better than the one with The Rock.
And see that, like Citron says, he's a young wrestling fan, but I like those young guys that go back and watch the beginnings and stuff, because
that's how you're gonna know.
It's like me. I started watching wrestling in the 80s, got really into it in the 90s, but I remember sitting down watching Gorgeous George and all of them with my grandfather on Saturdays and stuff. So I can appreciate being, going back and watching the predecessors back before you actually started watching it. So,
yep.
You mean Sputnik Monroe?
Who?
I know the name.
That was the guy that was one giant of a guy. He was the guy that beat Apartheid by being the heel for the white people in the South. Okay?
Yeah.
But he wasn't just that. He was a big, muscular boy, voice as a razor, and the way would scare you. Even at a hair or something like that. You know how you call him Sputnik Monroe? Apparently, an old lady called him a Sputnik. And that was an old in America to call him a commie.
Old ladies like to give the wrestlers names back in the day. If they weren't like smacking them with their purses and shit. The old ladies always got a hand in something. Citron, I'll tell you what though, since you like to do your homework, get on YouTube and go search for Tito Santana versus Greg Valentine and watch any and all of those matches, because that was, to me, the greatest feud of all time, bar none. Not that it was the hottest feud, and it was hot. The hottest feud of all time was McMahon Austin in my lifetime. I've never seen anything hotter than that, and that took over from Piper and Hogan. But Piper and Hogan had it forever, but when Austin and McMahon were hot. Now, like I said, to me, nothing's going to top that. But while it wasn't the hottest feud, it was the greatest feud. They told a story over almost 2 years with a legitimate injury in there. Now, he didn't get hurt by Valentine, but he was injured. He did have to have the surgery. They wrote it all in perfectly. When you're doing that search and you're watching the matches, it doesn't really matter if you watch them in order, except if you see a steel cage match, save that for last, because that was the final match. The greatest steel cage match of all time. It was so perfect. I
saw a rematch in the steel cage.
And that's the thing. I remember back then, that's how you ended a feud. You ended it with a steel cage match or a Texas death match or something like that. Match. Yeah. But
and I'd say they had done that. They did the lumberjack match at Madison Square Garden, and Valentine got a dumb win, Spoiler alert. Yeah. And I thought that's it. And it turns out that was it at Madison Square Garden. But the steel cage match was in the Baltimore Civic Center, and it wasn't on live TV. And when you watch it, you'll see it just had house lighting. It was kind of dark, the old school days with the smoky, feel to it. And that's why that match was just that freaking good. It felt like an old wrestling match. And I'm telling you right now, that was the greatest payoff.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that feud. I'd say the second feud from that time era would have been Don Morocco and Superfly.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say Pedro, but you're right, Snuka and Morocco were hot.
You know, this makes more to my claim that if they want to end the Rollins Riddle storyline, they should do the fight bit at Crown Jewel. I mean, I think it makes more sense. Fight bit.
I don't know that Riddle makes sense, period, but okay.
Wow.
He's one of those guys I can't get behind. We had the question earlier asked.
Oh, but now he's getting quite serious. I mean, like he was on NXT.
Yeah.
What he should have been in WWE. Before McFriggin lost it after the XFL Death 2.0.
Here's another good one. Piper
Yes.
and Snuka.
I saw
Well,
that.
That was hype.
Have a banana.
That was another one. I mean, really, when you talk about the all-time feuds, these are the ones that have just lasted the test of time.
And you don't see we have good feuds now for the most part, or we're starting to anyways again. But none will compare to these guys back then.
None of them last more than 4 to 6 months.
Right.
Yes.
Piper and Snuka went what, about a year at least?
At least a year.
Yeah.
At least a year. Yeah, it was
just like Steamboat and Macho Man.
Steamboat and Macho Man didn't last long. It was a great match, but it wasn't a great feud. I mean, they're known for one match, maybe two if you want to include what happened on the Angle with Saturday Night's main event.
But you know what I like the most about one match of Macho Man? The one he had in 1998 with Teddy DiBiase in the steel cage at Madison Square Garden. Remember the ending when the kid was literally pandemonium. I could literally hear the crowd exploding.
Yeah, I recall some of it.
Of course,
Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. You talk about a feud that lasted. I think that thing dragged on 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. As soon as they got in the ring, it was gold again. I mean, it was a timeless.
And that also with Flair and Dusty, you also had the rest of the Horsemen, and you played off of them, and Dusty went after them a little bit and then came back to Flair, and there was just a lot of material to work with.
Yeah, like Flair says, I'm the longest reigning champion, never won a match.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. He won a lot of matches. He just didn't do it by himself.
Yeah, Flair Funk, huh? Yeah, I saw the promo in which Terry Funk literally lost his shit on Flair. Literally beat the shit out of him, turning ill in the process.
Yeah, those are good days. Good days.
Yeah, truly good days indeed. Look, guys, I need to leave now. I need to go.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
So thanks for being here. Congratulations on the win, by the way.
I'll see you next week. Next week. It'll be different next week. I'm telling you.
That's enough talk. Now it's time for the main event.
Yeah. Talk, and talk. What a main event is. That's what I call a Triple H promo.
What?
3 hours long, man.
What?
We're already on the first hour.
What?
Yeah. But I know.
You're still talking. What? See you later, man. Oh, and with that, I think that's a good note to wrap it up on. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, throwing your answers, ideas up. That little extra stuff we did there at the end with the feuds and the legendary incrementations of talent over the years and the things that just great times.
And again, to you guys out there in the chat, come next week. We'll make this a fatal 4-way, 6-way, however you want to do it. We'll do this.
We can fit people, man. We can fit people up here. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
And again, if you don't have a camera, if you're not a camera-friendly person, that's fine as long as we can hear your voice. So start studying. I don't even know. I reach in the box and I pull out a magazine. Whatever one comes out is the one we're doing. So I can't even give you a heads up on what year or what month or any of that good stuff. So you have to study up all your old stuff.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw his 97. I was like, "Oh, I got this!" And then no, I didn't.
But again, man, you pulled out some shit though. I mean, coming up with a giant in the tag team, I was like, "Wow."
I should have at least got a half a point for that one.
Honest to God, I felt like you deserved something, man. But we don't do participating trophies here in the nation.
Right.
All right. Well, everyone,
you get a trophy, and you get a trophy, and you get a trophy.
Yeah, and look how that turned out.
Right.
Stay safe, everybody. Watch yourselves. Be careful. It's a crazy freaking world out there. And we'll be back next Wednesday at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time once again for some more PWI R&R.